It's Melbourne Fashion Week. The streets are alive and we are in the heart of the world's most livable city. This is a new perspective only on Oz African TV. Now, with 150 events and more than 80 designers, this year's Melbourne Fashion Week promises a diverse program. Well, we're out here and you know what we came for, so let's get it.
The shows have just wrapped up. We're here with Tamara from Remuse. How was the show?
It was amazing.
That's so good.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so then I'm seeing this year there's a lot of diversity included in Melbourne Fashion Week.
Yes.
Was that a big step for your brand?
It's amazing to be a part of this year, which is really representing, I think, the diversity that is here already in the city, but it's being more reflected in Fashion Week, and it's exciting to be a designer who's included in that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then so we can see it running not just through the designs, but also with the models, the inclusion, the crowd.
Yes.
How is that atmosphere for you?
It's really amazing and inclusive and exhilarating and inspiring, and I love to see it continue, and I'm excited to see what Melbourne Fashion Week is going to have in store next year. So.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So then, of course, you're working towards next year, but getting here today, was that a big step? Are there any big challenges, or it's just you're glad to be here and showing designs?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, and I'm really grateful for the entire team, Melbourne Fashion Week team, Sarah Banger, the stylist. This has been the first experience where I've just given my collection to someone and just have them run with it, and I think the stylist and everyone involved did such an amazing job.
Yeah. Is it a different experience being part of the crowd watching the designs, or?
It is, absolutely. It's kind of figuring out how your vision is seen by other people, and I think they did a really great job capturing the ethos and the energy of the work, so I'm really happy.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Well, we had a lot of fun looking at the designs. I'm sure we'll be able to see a lot more, and we're excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so it's one thing to watch a brand grow from what it is on the streets to now labelled in Melbourne Fashion Week, and we're here with two of the starting models for RKM Fashion. We've got Taniya and Clara representing Rhoda. How are you guys today?
Good. Awesome.
Good. So how are you feeling after the show? It's just wrapped up. Any jittery feelings afterwards, or?
Well, I think it's an awesome thing for Rhoda because this is one of her main goals, let alone her operation from Switzerland. But I think she built up from starting from being one of the top 3 designers in the South African fashion show.
Exactly.
Then building up herself at the Mercedes Ghana Fashion Festival. And now she's here, even if she's in another country. I think she's doing an awesome job.
And that's perfect. So then today, after the first runway, how do you think you're feeling in terms of, as a whole, seeing the designs?
Oh, she's going to hit Paris very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
No, the show was amazing. Like, it's good to see the diversity, you know, like different people and everybody getting together. And like, she honors this opportunity. It's a great opportunity for her. It's like a big step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can tell Rhoda isn't even here, and she's
Yeah.
owned the runway.
Exactly.
Yeah, she
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with the diversity that we're seeing, it's not just in the designs, but also the models. Was that just something that she's been hoping to curate,
Yeah.
especially
Yes.
going on a global scale?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's amazing. Okay, and then the designs. What can you tell us about the line that we saw today? Because it's very vibrant and colourful, but are we going to see more along the same lines?
Well, you'll never know. You have to expect the unexpected from her because for now it's the manga design. It's all about tying up. That's something. It's just a little bit, but I know it looks big. But she has more lined up.
That's perfect.
The good thing with her clothing as well, you can wear it however you want it, like different, like about 7 different styles you can style it. So
Exactly.
it fits everyone.
Yeah, and I think that's what we've seen here today. It's not just the upscale sort of
Yeah.
fashion. You've got the street style in this runway today, and I can't wait to see what more is left from RKM.
Oh, yeah, you have no idea.
I'm Miss World Australia National Finalist at the moment, and also Top Model Australia 2018 and Top Model Worldwide 2018 runner-up. So that's That's what I've been up to this year, yeah.
Amazing. I'm surprised you're not part of Melbourne Fashion Week. Is that something that you aspire to be a part of in the future?
Yes, definitely next year. Hopefully I'll be one of these gorgeous girls.
Now, the thing with beauty pageants, you know what I mean? And also probably a bit about modeling as well, because you get judged on your appearance and, you know, and there are certain stereotypes attached to that. Do you know what I mean? People think, oh, you know, you're just pretty, no brains, blah, blah. What are some of the misconceptions that you want to address as a model?
That was actually my way of thinking before I got into modeling.
Yeah.
That's a very big stereotype when there's just beauty and nothing else. But once I started actually getting into it and finding out everything about it, I realized that all the girls are not just beautiful, they're also smart, especially in Miss World. During my trip and during the whole journey, I discovered that all the girls were just amazing. They're all so different and the interests are just so diverse. And yeah, it's something that's hopefully going to break that stereotype.
So now I am joined by the fabulous Vincent Li. I'm excited to finally get to meet you off the streets of social media. How are you?
I'm great. I'm just felt good about the look in the runways. So my heart started a bit bumping.
I know, because I was sitting across you, just down there, and I was watching you, and you know, I was wondering what kind of emotions were going through you then.
I'm holding in, but inside is bit fast.
Yeah, you were like, don't fall, don't stuff up my design. Was that the kind of thing that goes on in your head?
Actually, this time it's not.
Yeah.
When the first model come out, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
We had to talk about the chain, the big metal chains. I wasn't sure, but it turned out great. Yes.
Yeah, and you know, we coming into the Melbourne Fashion Week, we're interested in the diversity of it, and this year it's offering 150 events and more than 80 designers. So, you know, how is the diversity part of it within your designs and just participating in the whole Fashion Week?
First of all, because Melbourne have so many talent, but they don't have enough visibility and the platform to showcase their talent.
Yeah.
So we need more of that kind of option, because we need to let people to see this diversity is a branch of different range of personalities and talents and design aesthetics, and it fits into our different people's needs. That's what the Vincent Li is about. It's unconventional menswear.
Yes.
It's not gender specific. And I want to challenge people's mind and take a risk.
Yes.
Celebrate your personality and then show what you love and then be proud of. And then you don't have to worry about where you're going to wear it and what the people are going to say it.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
So for this runway, I really want to show that kind of range of different kind of peoples.
Yeah. And it came through, it shone through, you know, you had diverse models, diverse looks, layers, many different layers. So it was beautiful, amazing.
The Fashion Council curated the program, and Melbourne Fashion Week really helped, give us this kind of opportunities, which I didn't expect that, which was great. But also they listened to communicate with, working with the designer. So that's the reason, that's the key with the collaboration. Only the collaboration come out a great work afterwards.
Amazing. Is this your first Melbourne Fashion Week?
It's not. I did, so my first collection was launched in 2015.
Yeah.
So I did a runway then. That was off-site runway, was collaborated with a filmmaker.
Oh.
So I like collaborations.
Yeah.
And the second collection I did with collaboration with musicians.
Oh, nice. Very nice. And with your previous Melbourne Fashion Week, to now, I mean, it's been a couple of years. What's the dynamics? How different is it this time around?
It's growing. It's definitely growing because there used to be everything is concentrated in one spot, which is in the city of Melbourne Town Hall, and they have quite a restricted rule about who is gonna be in the main runway, particular. So everything else, you really have to depend on group of designer or yourself to organize those kind of off runways, which maybe not. Sometimes it doesn't have really good kind of outcome because less people knows about. But this time, everything is kind of organized by them and have been doing through the day, spread out the city. You can see the exhibition. There's pop-up stores, there's a different street runway, there's evening men's one. So it gave a more chance opportunity for the future, which is next generation designer, they do need a lot more support. So not just a student, which is a graduate, they are great needed, but also for the designer, which they may be a serious starting their label maybe 2 to 5 years. They need to let the people know their product, and actually customer are interested in Melbourne talent and Australian designer, not from local, because we also have so many visitor tourists. They are searching for Australian label here as well.
Now we are at the
AFC curated store.
There you go. With the gorgeous Karishma of Kholo.
Thank you.
And she's going to tell us about herself and a little bit more about her label. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. In person. So tell me a little bit about Kholo and who's Karishma.
Yeah, sure. I am a Melbourne-based designer. I used to have a design agency and now I've got a fashion label. And I run Kholo and design for it. And Kholo is a label that's ethical, sustainably made with lots of color and lots of fun. It's quirky, a little bit crazy, evening and semi-casual.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, when you say quirky, I was like, you know, going through your website and just the language that you use, I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
I want to buy that. She just said that, you know what I mean? Like, and then so I wanted to ask you, is it intentional? Is it like a marketing point, or is it just you? Or is it, you know, like, how do you find the balance?
I feel like it's about having a conversation with that person, and it's your chance. Like, it's my chance to have a chat with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess it is marketing, but it's also just what I do. Like, I can't write a straight paragraph. Like, you'll be hard pressed trying to get me to write, you know, A-line fitted skirt with buttons and lining with fusing, you know, like I can't talk like that. Yeah. I'm like, how's it going to look? How's it going to feel?
And you know, you said lots of fun, lots of color, and you know, lots of love. I can feel in it.
Thank you.
You know, it's so beautiful, and it translates as well. And I just saw the runway. Amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
How do you feel about, you know, tell us about the runway that we're
I'm
looking at.
super excited. It's my first runway. I've never had a runway before. And I was working with Brittany Morrison, who's a stylist for us, and super exciting.
I was talking to other people about diversity.
Yes,
in this year's Melbourne Fashion Week.
Yeah, bring it. What you got?
As a designer, you know, of color.
Yes.
And your sizes range from size 6 to 20.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of diversity. How do you feel about being included, and what does that mean?
Fucking time. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I grew up in New Zealand in the 80s. I have always been curvy. I had a son and I went from size 14 to 16. Suddenly you couldn't get anything in a 16 that was fun. I just think it's about time. It's about time I see myself
reflected.
I'm glad people are embracing it. You know, it's not just me. There's a lot of other brands that are doing it, and I just love that people are on the whole bandwagon. And it just, it just took too long. That's all. Yeah.
I know, but it's good to have people like yourself who, you know, you felt the need, and then you went out and you did something about it, and here we are on the runway.
So true.
From the Gold Coast, and I literally walked past here and saw this was on. The security guard told me about it, And then this is my favourite little section here right now. So
It's good, isn't it?
I know. Which one is the designer for this?
Kholo. She's over there. Well, the design is Kholo. She is Karishma.
Wow.
She's pretty fabulous. And have you been to any shows at all?
No, not yet, but I'll be there tonight going to see it all. So I'm here for a job interview, but I thought I couldn't miss the Melbourne Fashion Week tonight. So.
So some of the most amazing pictures that you're going to see throughout the week from Fashion Week have been captured by one of the most talented photographers. And we've got Sydney Lowe here, who's been around the whole week. What can you tell us about Fashion Week so far?
I think it's been great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, this is what Melbourne's all about, getting all the people here, and great setting, good lights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think in this year's shows, there've been a lot of diversity, but as well as in the arts, the fashions, the people, everyone integrated as a crowd. What did you find most interesting to capture?
Well, I think it's a good variety because you've got the underground, you've got the street, and you've got the town hall. And you're right about diversity. You know, we've actually got models from all countries, all skin colours, and it's really quite amazing. I mean, even tonight, you know, we've got fair skin, dark skin, and pale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just in the sense of the diversity of the models as well as the people in the crowd. Do you find it different capturing the different moments that you see throughout people and the way they're interacting?
Oh, no, not really. I think the challenge is always when you've got a constant lighting and then you've got models coming down that either the darker skin ones you need to actually dial up.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, you know, get the exposure right. But no, it's generally pretty easy.
So then looking at all your work together, how many years have you been shooting fashion?
Well, I actually mainly shoot international sports and other events in Melbourne for my agency. But this year, well, I've actually been doing these runways for about 2 years.
Oh wow, okay.
So I'm pretty new to fashion, but I kind of see it. It's almost like sports. You know, it's moving, a lot of action. You can't just say, you know, stop and go back and do something or other. So I really enjoy the fact that, you know, it is dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's not posed. So from that point of view, you know, it's just another form of sport.
So what do you guys think you've got in store for you at tonight's runway?
Probably something really classy, sophisticated.
Yeah, something high class, minimal. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm catching high class and sophisticated in what you're wearing tonight. So do you feel dressing up for the occasion fits the event, or this is normal attire?
I would say it's normal for him. He looks like this all the time. Like, this is his casual.
So for me, I choose the show that suit with my style, daily style.
How are you finding Melbourne Fashion Week so far?
So far, not too bad.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed a few of the runways. Favourite would have been Jason Gretsch. But I'm happy to see what tonight brings.
Yeah, and then seeing as it's like a finale, kind of rounding it up, are you expecting anything at all? Or?
I want to see what Masons brings out. I'm interested to see what they have.
Okay, so when you're at Melbourne Fashion Week, you're bound to catch someone dressed extremely well, and Rehan here is one of the guests for the night.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Feeling excited.
Yeah?
Good to be here, always.
Okay, so any highlights that you've had over the week?
Runway 3 would be my favorite so far.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think Jason Gretsch has always been a Melbourne Fashion Week favorite. He always does amazing gowns. So yeah, I was happy with that.
Okay, but then you're looking at the gowns, and I did eavesdrop before. I know this one is designed by yourself.
Yes, it is. So I'm dabbling into a bit of design, like slowly getting there. So I love a lot of like hand embroidery, long flows. So yeah, slowly starting to design my own stuff.
That's perfect, and it looks really good. But I find, especially in an atmosphere like this, there are a lot of designers and different types of fashion. So do you find inspiration here, or are you more so just picking bits and pieces and then?
I really find inspiration in the student runways. You know, their ideas. Like yesterday, the energy here was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's like cheering. So I guess there was all like a lot of friends and parents as well. But I just loved it. Like so different from each other, yet at the same time, you know, like great taste.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
obviously amazing people that you'll meet here. There are some capturing some amazing moments, and we've got Timothy here capturing for the Melbourne Critique. What are you thinking of tonight so far?
I'm really excited, and I'm like really ecstatic to see what's going to happen in the finale.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that it's always going to end in quite a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So then, do you think with the array of fashion as well as design and designers, it's a lot to capture, or do you just go with the moment and see what you can pull from it?
It's kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
In my position, like as a photographer, like I kind of I do go with the flow, but I am always like capturing the moment, and I'm really excited to see what happens.
That's perfect. Melbourne Fashion Week, we know it's a creative hub for everything that's in store, but we are bringing in people all over the world. I've got Xavier here all the way from Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore. Nice.
So what brought you all the way to Melbourne? The fashion in general, or?
Yeah, just for the Melbourne Fashion Week. So I flew over here to see the latest trend of the textile in Melbourne, to see what we can do in Asia as well. What can we create out of the Melbourne Fashion Week.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then in terms of your own style, you're trending yourself.
Oh.
So, are you finding inspiration throughout the week, or?
Yes, I know. Yes, so there were a lot of lace and it was being used and things like that, and definitely things like that can bring it back to Singapore, where we can, more creative and to be more like advanced as Melbourne too. Melbourne is stunning, and like so many creative people here. I love it. I love the fashion week itself. Really, really.